is the team leader, and she's also a programmer.
So as Brandon, because they have Mindstorm, so they would know more about it.
And Devin, since he's the newest member, we would give him the safety officer job. So he's a safety officer.
And he likes to make bridges.
And he's the bridge builder.
Okay, so now there's a team, and how do you meet, and where do you meet, and how often do you meet?
Oh, we meet at each other's houses, and we meet if we don't complete something that we think we should complete, like in the week, we'd meet like almost every single day. Also, it would be other days, and then we would meet like twice or once a week if everything is complete or something, or we're on track.
So it depends on the process we're making.
Okay, so how early did you start this project?
November.
Around November.
Because it was the first week when we heard about the Tektron, so we
And
wanted to like
start it early.
Yeah, we wanted to start early, so we wouldn't like miss anything else.
So then, from November till now, how many ideas do you have? Do you remember?
We have a lot.
6 ideas.
We
have
all
5 ideas are Mindstorm, and then the 6th idea is RC car.
Yeah, and we actually had a lot more, but we didn't have time to test all of them. So we tested 3 main ones, and all 3 of the ideas are using Mindstorm, and so that all 3 of them are not our current idea. So our current idea is to use a RC car and a big wheel that's oval shaped, so that we would put the RC car inside so it could push the wheel and roll across the ravines.
Why is it oval, not circle, not round?
Because if it's round, it would be too big and it would be disqualified from the race. And plus, a circle shape, it's gonna be too tall, and the circle shape, it wouldn't.
It just fall through.
It's kind of like this shape, so it would. There's no place to have potential energy to charge it and then go up. So oval shape would be better.
And the circle shape would also just fall through the ravine.
So I think you have to make a lot of experiment at home, right?
Yeah.
Describe how you test at home.
We made like small platforms using like homemade objects, like board games, really big books, also like dictionaries and cardboard.
Okay, and you have so many ideas. How do you track? And you start so early. How do you track all the ideas?
We put it in our engineering journal, so we would take photos and put the dimensions inside. And every day we would take notes of what we're going to do that day.
Okay.
And who's here?
So let me ask Irene first. Irene, what do you think the most difficult part of this project?
So it was the building, because we can't really cut precisely. So if you want to make them really perfect, which is kind of hard for us to do, so that it's kind of hard if we were putting 2 things together that have different shapes, then it wouldn't match. So that's kind of the hard part, to make both of the pieces match together so we could put them together.
I think the hardest part is to pick up the bridge, because none of all of our Mindstorm ideas didn't work, was because none of them can pick up the bridge.
You mean to deploy the bridge and to retrieve the bridge?
No, deploy, all of our things can deploy, but then we can't retrieve the bridge.
So that's why we didn't use the bridge idea, because the team thought picking up and putting down the bridge was
the easiest.
No, it was like taking up our meeting time, so we wanted to change into an easier idea that could be more successful. So which was the oval shaped wheel. And we're still working on that idea right now.
Okay. So if your experiment is successful, what do you think this device, and how can it be used in a real world?
It could be used to cross big gaps, But of course, the device would have to be into like a bigger shape if you're using real life dimensions.
And since in our design we didn't include like people. Like if it was in real life, we didn't include people, and it might be too rough for them.
Yeah, and
Passengers.
Passengers.
and since the wheel is rolling, the passengers might not be as comfortable as like an airplane if you're wanting
It's
to
basically
cross
like a
the gap.
roller coaster.
Yeah.
It's really fast.
So that's why I think it's kind of hard to relate to real life, because in real life there's no rules, so you could basically use an airplane.
But if you can successfully make this device usable in real life, what do you think it will help?
I mean, help like
How would you-
scientists. It'll help
How will you
scientists.
use it?
Well, it could actually
We'll sell it
For what purpose?
for money.
for crossing like gaps or ravines that maybe airplanes can't cross because they have like some kind of reaction or something.
Maybe there'll be people in danger, like
Yeah.
ambulance
Yeah.
kind of device.
And airplanes
Helicopters.
sometimes maybe like the winds are too strong or something.
Oh, yeah.
And then our device is actually like we can actually make it in real life, because our RC car could be a tractor or a truck, and the wheel could just be made of like a real wheel.
And in Tektron, it's not like you can like stab something into the table, but in real life you can. You can just stab something into the earth, and then it will be stabilized, and then you can cross it. So, in real life, it will be easier to make it if it was like small size.
Okay. And during your project, how do you research?
we used YouTube, Google, and our experience from actually like devices like cars or vehicles.
And so we saw this university with these gap crossing robots. So
And
we,
it gave
we-
us a lead.
It gave us an idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was from YouTube, so it's pretty helpful.
That's good. So what's the fun part of this project?
It was actually building.
Building the bridge?
Yeah. No. Yeah, I like building the bridge.
I actually especially like this challenge because it was hard, so it makes you think a lot. And then when you see the failures, it's kind of like sometimes it's good to see the failures to see how you could improve.
And sometimes it's cool to see things blow up.
Okay, great. Hopefully your team win the challenge. Bye.